Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. S here from s&a'sorgnitecreations. In front of you here we have some Orgonite. These are Orgonite charge plates with Rodin coils. These are powered devices. These here are pendants. Now the video is going to be about different coil designs. Whether it's a Rodin coil or a vortex coil, a combination or an interference coil, they're all different. With what we do, they have different results. I don't have just a straight up vortex coil, or what we call a vortex coil, but there is a combination of the two with the Rodin coil and a vortex coil. Now we'll start with pendants. Okay, so this here is my personal piece. This is a vortex Rodin coil. All right, so there's a different coil going around the outside, followed by a actual Rodin coil, a proper Rodin coil wrap, 12 points, passing through the center. It's doing the infinity symbol and twisting on itself like a Mobius coil. All right, that's how we make him. That's how it is. So this is my personal piece here. So this is a brand new one. This will be a listing. If you're watching this, it's probably most likely already up. Or if it's not there, already sold. Everything is in the description below this video. You can email us, our email's there, or you can click the link which will take you to our Etsy shop where you can purchase things. Or you can email us there as well, or message us rather there. Alright, like and favorite the shop, because that's how you know when there's more additional listings up. If you favorite the shop, you click on the link, go to the shop, and you heart it, you click the little heart. Alright, now this coil here is two Rodin coils. One's going clockwise, one's going counterclockwise. So this is called an interference Rodin coil. All right. Now you can see the red coil, Rodin coil, is actually spinning counterclockwise. The black is clockwise. Okay. So what this does is it allows for a amplified effect of the toroidal field that's already created by the Rodin coil. All right. So what's going on with that is it's creating I guess it's more of a complete field. If you had a magnet, that's a magnet, but like maybe a different sort of magnet, rare earth magnet, powerful magnet, you get to see the magnetic field lines. There's ways to do this. You can get different, this paper film stuff, you get to see the magnetic field. There's also, I forget the name, something cell. There's a thing where you can see the magnetic field coming off, okay? So when you do that with a powerful rare earth magnet, the field lines match up more with the interference coil than just a standard normal Rodin coil. All right, so I think it's more of a complete. This is Jamie Beardough's design. Very similar. So two Rodin coils, one's clockwise, one's counterclockwise. That's the most important thing. So this is a new listing. There's new coils that we're doing. We're exploring this idea. So this is more of a powerful design based on the toroid that this coil produces. Especially true, I'm going to get into these. These are not completed. They need sanding and polishing, so they're a bit rough around the edges, right? They've started, but I need to finish them. So I'll get into these all in a sec. But yeah, Jamie Beardough's creation is the interference coil based on Marko Rodin's just Rodin coil. Now, I did say there was another coil around the outside of this. So this is what we call a vortex coil. So this one here, the Rodin coil is already doing its toroidal, like, if you look at it on the side, it's creating a toroid, yes? Everything's passing through the center, right? It's coming out one way and it's getting sucked into the other end like a donut. All right, like a donut shape toroid, okay? The vortex coil is doing a different sort of thing. It's creating a toroid. It's like it's creating a second toroid, but a different toroid of its own. All right, so this here has an amplified effect of the toroid the Rodin coil does versus just a single Rodin coil, like in here. This is a single clockwise Rodin coil. This has both counterclockwise and clockwise. But this here, the vortex coil, is actually doing a different thing again. It's still a coil. It's still got, it's creating little toroids everywhere, okay? It's just different how they work. I'm not going to get fully into it, but it is a different designed coil, okay? And it's wrapping around the outside. So this is adding. So it's like you're adding to the effect. This is amplifying the effect of the Rodin, but the vortex is creating a different field again. So these two fields will probably be clashing. Maybe that's producing more of a scalar field. I cannot confirm or deny that. I cannot tell you which one is more powerful or not, okay? So 2 different ways to create a toroid in 2 different types. They're rotating differently. Well, this here amplifies the effect of both, and it has a counter and clockwise rotation. Now, hopefully that all made sense, but this is going to be a new listing. We might be doing more of these. If you want this, it should be a listing up now as you're watching this new video. If not, it's already sold. And yeah, you'll have to message us if you want one. We may do listings like we're doing these. These are custom listings where you get to pick the 2 colors that you want, and I go ahead and make it for you, so it's made to order. I might do the same with these. You pick 2 colors, and I make it for you. All right. Now with these 2 here, this one and this one, are both interference coils, the same as this. So these are all powered devices, okay? So you can see the orange is counterclockwise, and the copper, natural copper color, is clockwise rotation, all right? Same deal with this one. One's counter, one's clockwise, one's counter. And this here is just a normal Rodin coil, okay? It's clockwards and clockwards, all right? Clockways, whatever you want to say, it doesn't matter. These are all powered too. So you've got standard, then you've got interference coils. This has more windings. You notice this is thicker versus this one. So I've been playing around. What we're going to do is a demonstration of, I guess the power. So everything is off. This is not on yet. So it's hooked up. Now I've been working on my throat chakra. So this is a frequency, the 768 is a frequency for the throat chakra. I've been working on that and the heart. So 5, 12, and this here 768. So heart. I think if you're ever going to start with your chakras and opening them up, realigning and whatever, I think always, they say start from root to crown. Cool, you can run that, you can do that. That's nothing wrong with that. If you had one go-to, start with the heart. Open up that heart, balance the center of the body, and things normally will line up with that, okay? That's what I like to do, but I also like to run all frequencies, okay? You might have a session where, you play 5-10 minutes with your root and you go right up. You have a full session. You're sitting there, something you just every now and then you just change the settings. You have a list. I might put the list up here. And that's what I think is the best to use for your chakras, for your energetics, for your healing. 432 is awesome as well. I play 432 every night while we sleep. I have one of these under my bed on top of a box, so it's a little bit closer, but I can test where I lay through the mattress. I'm within that field, and it's having a really good effect on the body while you sleep. All right, it's in the Orgonite, so that's also putting out its energy. They've always got quartz in the center, which is a master healer. The energy is getting amplified. All right, quartz is a transducer. It's also an amplifier of energy and everything else that's in here. All right, there's a chakra crystal blend. All those are getting, because the magnetic field is actually forcing them to vibrate more, and you get more bang out of your crystals, more bang for your buck. All right, now a demonstration. So this is off. It's not on. It's powered, but there's no frequencies going through yet. So what I'm going to do is turn on to the magnetic field setting. It'll do its thing. You see it shoot up, yep, and it settles. It's about 8, 7, 8. Might spike up to 9, but what that's picking up is the Earth's magnetic field. All right, what's here naturally. Also, the circuitry in the house, all the wires and all the rest of it. Any current going through wire creates a magnetic field. Hence, P.E.M.F. But that's the power going through your home and through the wires. That's not going to heal you or add any healing benefits or anything like that. That's negative. That's dirty electricity. It's not pulsed like this. It doesn't have a certain frequency like we're going to be doing. Anyway, now it's not on, so there's no magnetic field. But funny, even if it's not plugged in, it doesn't matter. Let's see, this is still on, but it's clearly not plugged in. Compass. So you can see which way is north. That arrow is pointing north. Even sometimes with these here, you'll see it'll sort of want to stick in it. See that? It wants to go and point to the center north. Now this is, bio north is coming out of the center of these. I hope you caught that. Right, so it's telling you which way is north. See how it wants to stick to the center? You can clearly see that, can't you? Yeah, so it is pointing north, meaning north is coming out of the center and it's not even powered. All right, so I'll plug this back in. Excuse me for a moment while I plug it in. There we go. Now, so we'll bugger that off. And I'll further prove that by north anyway. So we will turn this on now. So I'll press the on button here. And you watch this spike up. I'll put that just there. All right, ready? Boom, maxed. All right, so this is throwing out now. It's throwing out a magnetic field of that frequency of 768, which is really good for the throat chakra. All right, so this here magnetic field coming out of here is way stronger. You'll see it just wants to hang there. All right, you can see it. All right, so if turn it off, I'm going to just hold it here and I'm going to turn it off. So off, it still wants to stick in the middle. Turn it on, off, on. All right, so bio north is coming out of these. This is how I like to have it set up. It's the natural way, even from Earth, that energy wants to come out of the north and in through the south. All right, do you know what I mean? So bio north has been found to be more healing, depending on what research you look at. Some research says, no, it doesn't matter, whatever. Bio north is the way to go. That's how I have these powered devices set up. All right. Now it's pulsating. It's really through the frequency, so it's really fast. All right. We can slow this down, but I'll do another demonstration in a minute. But we can stand this up. What I like about these here too, this is on a lounge, so this is like squishy, but on a hard surface, a table or whatever, these here, they sit up really well, if you know what I mean, on their sides. And I have it like that facing me when I'm working at the desk or something like that. I always have a powered device going. Now, this is maxed out, so you get a look at the field. You back away, it's still maxed out. Now it starts to diminish. But it'll still go. Oh. You can see it's picking up. So the field will actually go out. It'll actually go out. The diameter of the field will be 6 to 7 feet, give or take. For something like this powered device, okay? It is based on what frequencies you use. The higher the frequency, there is a limit where it negates this effect, but the higher the frequency, it gives you increased range, all right? So what's important is, as long as you're getting, you have to be getting a certain amount of Gauss for it to be taking effect. And you can measure the field where you'll be sitting within that. So if you're within the field of the 6 foot to 7 foot field, if you're within that, you're getting the benefits of that frequency that you input. All right. So there's that. Now, when we sell these, you should be able to hear that vibrating. That magnetic ball is vibrating a lot. I'll turn this off, no need for that to be on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the frequency here. You'll see how easy it is to change. Let's just go right down to 1. Alright, just wants to stick in the middle. Alright, because it's just such a strong pull. But what I'm going to do, I'll show you what frequency. Hang on a minute. Try not to get too far. Alright, we're getting there. Alright. Now I've just oops, that was mine that close. That's good. I've just put that on 30 Hertz. Where'd you go? Don't mind me. Alright. Not too bad about mine that close. I've dropped this so many times. My daughter's had it. Oh my god. Well, both of my daughters have had it. So that what I'm getting at is they last. Because we round these edges off and all the rest of it, they're pretty well. It's been knocked around. And I can afford to knock it around the most because I can just make myself another one, yeah? Yeah. Anyway, so magnetic ball, you can test this here. Alright, you can see what it does. Does a nice little dance. La la la. That's just there to make sure you know it's on. Another way to test is you can pick the ball up, put it close to that, and you can feel it vibrate. It does little tiny pulses, okay? Rotate it in your fingers. Yeah. So the lower frequencies, like I said, this is on 30 Hertz right now. That's going to make it, because it's a slower, like 30 cycles per second. That's what 30 Hertz is. So 1 Hertz is 1 cycle, so it'll be a tick like 1 second, 2, 3, 4. That's what 1 hertz is. So this is 30 per second. So once you start to get high, like 432 or whatever, oh, like this, it was jumping around there real crazy, nearly jumped out, but that just landed on 371, and then it stops, and it. Well, let's just go to 512. Like I said to you before, if you hold the button down, it goes like really fast. So I'm trying not to. All right, close. 512, awesome for the heart. I love to use that. All it wants to do is stick in the center. Okay, it'll vibrate, but it'll just stick. All right. So yeah, that's that. Now, I have described or talked about the difference in the coils. Now, these interference coils are quite new, all right, to us. So I've been playing around, experimenting. So this is the pendant that you typically can buy now. Now, these are relisted as well, by the way. They were down for a while. There was an issue. Yeah. Maybe I'll talk about that in another video, but yeah, these are back. These may be a new listing coming up in the future. Different coils, single Rodin coil clockwise, double Rodin coil counter and clockwise. Okay, so different. That's what this is, as well as this one. And these are normal Rodin coil ones. These are all powered devices. They will be available at some stage, but they're not quite ready yet. They're able to be used by me and to test. But yeah, that's as far as that'll go. All right, they do all work, and they're brilliant. Okay. Now, I'm not going to show you this one yet. I don't know when I can get it done, but what it is, I've got a large charge plate with this coil design. It's more wraps. I think it's... Hang on a minute. Let me just check. I'm not going to show you, but I just want to check, and then I'll get into more information about it. Yeah, so what it is an interference coil. This is a mini-sized charge plate, but it's a large charge plate is the one I'm talking about. It's about the same size as my hand, so if you that round, and so it's a much larger coil. It's more than double the wraps of this. That's correct, more than double the winds of that. It throws out a much more bigger field, much larger field. We can measure that. You can put more current through it, more volts, more amps, and the increased wattage output. So yeah, it's a hefty piece. It's very hefty. It's about this thick as well. It's huge, very thick, very heavy. Okay, that's a solid lump of Orgonite. It needs a lot of work. That's the thing, to sand and polish it up. But it works, and it's brilliant, and it's quite powerful. Okay, guys. I've also got different other coil designs that I can't show you right now because it's not made in this form. Okay, it's just a coil made. Don't want to show you guys yet. Don't want to spoil it. Want it all said and done before I show you. Now that is a showing. It's just a simple looking coil. It doesn't have heaps of winds, but what it's showing is it's showing a larger increase in the field range or field diameter. It's throwing it out further. I've figured it out. I've figured out why it's doing that. I know why it's doing that. I know how to do it. And yeah, everything's a work in progress, and I'm learning as I go. And it's all to better our products, to make them better, stronger, and more functional. All right. So yeah. All right. So right now, I'm sitting here. I'm on a chair in front of here. This is on the lounge. I'm well within this toroidal field. It's coming out, and it's like coming out like a big donut and passing through and coming up. All right. So it's doing that. Picture a big donut going all the way around, and that's what's coming out, and it's throwing out the field, the magnetic field, in pulses. So right now it's 512, so that's 512 pulses a second. Very fast. All right. Some of the Wilhelm Reich frequencies are way faster than that, but and they've been proven to work against different illnesses in the body. Like, you'd have to run different programs, different sweeps of different frequencies to really target. You have to know what you're doing. to be able to do it, but people are healing, curing their illnesses with frequencies. All right, this will potentially make you feel better. P.E.M.F, which is what this is a real thing. The medical industry even uses it as well. If you break your arm, break your leg, break your neck, whatever bone, if your bone hasn't healed within the 6 weeks or whatever it takes to heal your bone, they've got it in a cast, or whatever. Some places, some medical doctors will actually use P.E.M.F to help stimulate and heal the aid. PEMF does not heal. It aids the body in the natural healing process, so it speeds it up. All right, so if you've got injuries or if you've got certain illnesses or imbalances in the body, this stuff can help. You can treat it with specific frequencies. You can use more earth-based, lower frequencies, which is what they do to stimulate, say, bone growth. I believe 8 hertz to 10 hertz. 10 hertz is good for, I think I have to check, but 10 hertz is good for pain, inflammation, stuff like that, good for migraines. So 10 cycles per second, 10 like on-offs. All right, so pulses per second. I've done that for my back. When I had back pain, I did something wrong, twisted, whatever, lifting up, playing with my daughters or something, and I was threw my back out. And what I did that night was I put this on 10 hertz. So it's so simple to use, so simple to do. Just find 10 hertz, put in 10, bam, you're done. Okay, place this against your back. I just sit up in the chair with this against my back and have that playing, or using this right where the pain is. Okay, now I can tell you that before I went to bed after a treatment of probably half hour, you're not going to overdose on it, you're not going to really do no harm. It might get a little bit warm, but that's it. So it adds heat. You know how you do heat pack as well, so it adds a little bit of heat, which may be also beneficial for the area that's in pain through the coil. But I noticed before I went to bed there was a decrease in the pain, okay, because it was quite sore. It'd been quite sore all day, and I went, oh, yep, bloody oath, it works. I know it works, all right, and you can research it yourself. So there's that, and yeah, these clearly are not a powered device. Maybe one day I can make a small little pendant, maybe a bit larger than this, and with a plug-in as well, so you can wear it and plug it in. But then that adds, not complications, but it makes it just harder for me to be able to produce that. It's so little and finicky. These are already so hard to make. I don't think I've seen anyone doing a rodent coil this small, like an actual rodent coil. Look how small it is. It's tiny. It's pretty small. All right, so that's hard enough to make itself. To add power and to put plugs in it and stuff is a new ball game. But to do, okay, so these are not powered; these are passive. So the coils act like an antenna. They also are they work by induction. Like magnetic induction, you've got the magnetic field from Earth. You've also got other frequencies coming your way. They're attracted to the wires. They circulate around the wires. That's how you create the toroids. Your heart also puts out a magnetic field. All right, with its pulses, with its beats. Doosh, doosh, wearing this around your neck. So you are the power source to drive this coil and the Orgonite. Other energies, frequencies, Wi-Fi's, all that, the electricity in your house is also coming your way. It's passing through your body. It's also concentrated here. You got the Earth's magnetic field, There's lots of paramagnetics in the black Orgonite as well. It's one reason why it's so black. And paramagnetics, they amplify the Earth's natural resonance, Earth's magnetic field, which is also circulating around here. So you get a lot of natural energies coming here to help drive these passively. They're not powered. Okay? So that's why they're so beneficial. They can help deal with the negative stuff and help amplify the good stuff. And loaded with quartz, chakra crystals, and other piezoelectric crystals, like amethyst, for instance. There's lots and lots of stuff in here to help transmute, to change the negative stuff into a natural state. And there's also stuff to really amplify all the good. All right. So there's lots of people that swear by these. They say that it's really good stuff. They feel better. They notice the difference. And you're probably going to get a couple of people at least commenting down below this video saying, yes, they've got one, or yes, they love it. and yes, they feel the difference. All right, so there's that. Go ahead on Etsy and read the reviews. 5-star reviews across the board. No unsatisfied customers yet. All right, so there's that. Now, so there is also a custom listing that you can. Let's go the slow way because otherwise I'll miss it. Boom, 512. Test, see if it's working. It doesn't come. The kit doesn't come with a compass, but compasses are super easy and cheap to buy. Yeah, super easy, cheap to buy. Does come with this. Comes with whatever you select, because like I was saying, there's a custom listing for this at the moment. It's you get to choose a normal Rodin coil, or you get to choose a coil that's like this as a powered device. All right, so it's a vortex Rodin coil combination. Comes with a frequency generator box. All right, so it's all wired up nice and neat, as neatly as I can. Obviously, I'm just not a factory. I'm doing these literally by myself with my hands. The cords are in there. Everything's all glued in place, wired together. So everything's in working order before we ship these out. I do not advise you open this box up, just in case you rip the cords out of the machine. But there is stuff in place. I've perfected it. Over the first few that I did, I perfected it even further to make it a little bit better. All right, because as you go, everything's a learning process. So how I've got the cords in is more stronger. I've glued everything in place to hold everything in place. There's a lot of glue stuff in there. So I do advise, just don't tamper with this. It's in perfect working order. Don't tug on the cords. Don't drop anything. You know, you try your best, right? Because you don't want to drop, especially like with a pyramid. You wouldn't want to drop that. That would be your fault. You know, and obviously these things can happen. Comes with the connections here. Comes with this. This is USB to power this frequency generator. It comes with a little plug, USB plug, that plugs into a DC, which is then your power cord to your power outlet, your wall plug. Or you can unplug this. One moment. Just put you down for a second. I'm just unplugging it. Or, here. So I've just unplugged it, like you're saying, and then you get your power bank, you plug it in. Anything that's got a USB. So it's a bit dirty. This is an old battery pack. So any power bank can be plugged in, or your laptop, or your iPad, or sometimes people have, like, say in their study or office or whatever, these here, instead of PowerPoints, you have USB sockets. Plug it straight into the wall if you've got a USB plug on the wall. In your car, you can plug it into your car. As you can get a cigarette adapter with USB, plug in your car that way if you don't have straight up plugs for USB in your car. And there's so many things you can do with this. By using a battery pack, now you can chuck it in your bag, take it with your wireless playing frequencies, or whatever you want to do. All right, I guess if you're into the gifting movement, there's some people that use like socket punches. This is way more stronger than a socket punch. I'm telling you how they have it up with a 9-volt battery. This is way better. More better effect. There is a scalar, with the way the coil is designed as well, there is a scalar field as well as a magnetic field. The magnetic field is concentrated at the center, that circle. That's where it's emanated from. There's less magnetic field all around the outside, but in the center it's strong and it's putting out a big field like the donut. But you see all these lines of different wirings, they're coming together and they're clashing together, making a null magnetic field in certain areas. It's cancelling it out. That's what I'm getting at. You cannot cancel out and just have the magnetic field just disappear and like it's never there, it never existed. What's actually happening is that cancellation, it has to be transmuted or changed into something else. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be converted, changed into something different. So by cancelling out the magnetic field with all these clashing ones, or these clashing ones, that creates a scalar field potential, okay? You can see how, for instance, you got this natural copper color coming down, but then you also have this blue one crossing over. That's crossing over there. You can see that, right? That's a 90-degree cross. There's also 45-degree angle crosses. There's different angles crossing and colliding. One circling one way, one circling the other. It's all getting played at the same frequency. and it cancels out in certain areas, creating a scalar field. So this is a scalar. This is P.E.M.F magnetic field therapy. The orgonite itself is also producing a scalar field. The piezoelectric effect from the crystals, the squeeze, the constant squeeze, we use high shrink rate resin. The constant squeeze is also generating a scalar. Okay. And there's more that I can talk about all that and how it's produced. But what I'm saying is you're getting a really good energetic device that if you want to experiment with this and see for yourself, I'm just trying to plug this back in. Excuse me one moment. If you're trying to experiment and see for yourself and you want to try something like this, I suggest you start here really. People recommend the Spooky 2 frequency generators, which is cool. As a frequency generator, the Spooky 2 is probably a really good unit. I've never had one, never used one. But they have a PEMF coil, but that PEMF coil is absolutely useless. Alright, it's very weak. It's not even 1 Gauss. Alright, it's not even 1 Gauss. This, I think the Gauss coming out of this is... I've got a Gauss probe, I do know. I can't see it with this, because this is milligauss, not actual Gauss. The Gauss coming out of here, I believe, maybe it can be around 40 or 50 Gauss or something like that. All different ones do different things. It depends on what cables I'm using, how it's wired up, how it's being powered, to what you get out of it, and what frequencies. Higher frequencies will give you increased range, less Gauss. Lower frequencies will give you more Gauss, so magnetic strength, but less range. Alright, so this is different. And if you guys have got any questions, well, I'd love to help you out. If you're curious and you want to buy one, I'd help you out easy if you've got questions, okay? What coil does what? What's the strength? What's the range? What's this, that, la la la? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know? Alright, I think that's going to wrap up this video. This is a long video, guys. Lots of information, more to do with the interference coil pattern, wind Rodin coil. That is more new. I'm playing around with powered devices in this. I have a massive version of this as well. Much bigger, much more powerful, way more winds. And that device that I'm talking about, that'll do a whole room. If you put that in the center of a room, it'll do like a whole room. All right. It's pretty good. Also, if you put it up and set it up, maybe, you know, stabilize it. It's not on a solid surface, not on a lounge. And aim it towards you, you can have an increased range effect too, because it goes further. If this is pointing at you, it's going further. It shoots out more versus if it's laying flat, okay? If you know what I mean, and coming out that fight. It penetrates more further when it's facing you. I hope that makes sense. There's a stronger effect when that's facing you, okay? I know a lot of people can even feel something. Yeah, you can feel some heat if it is generating heat, but if it wasn't, people can feel it. One of our friends is a Reiki healer, Reiki master, got all the certificates, they've done all the training, they've been doing it for years. The device was on, she come over, she goes, you know what, I can really feel that. She could feel the energy coming off of it. And yeah, she has one of these devices, she loves it. Alright. After that, she ended up obtaining one, ended up getting one, okay? Love it. Alright guys, that is it. Stay tuned for more videos. This thing's super easy to use. And yeah. Happy days. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And I will see you next time.